The quickest, the fastest, and the easiest, and really the most miraculous way to change your reality to get exactly what you want is by learning how to ignore your current reality. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to get everything that you want without doing anything other than ignoring your current reality. This is going to bring the money, the health, the new job, the dream house, and it's really easier than you think it is. Now, let's be honest, most people they don't know how to ignore what they see. Your five senses are literally screaming at you every single day. So you look at your bank account, you feel the pressure of the debt. You notice the same frustrating situations repeating in your business or even in your personal life. And because all of your attention is glued to what is, you keep creating more of the same. And really, that's the trap. You're not failing because you're not smart enough or you're not disciplined enough. The real reason why you're failing is because your subconscious mind has been trained to keep you in the same cycle. So think of your subconscious mind like a thermostat. If the temperature in the room is set at 20 degrees, then the heater or air conditioning will automatically adjust it to keep it at 20 degrees. Now, you might get a temporary spike. That does happen, a burst of motivation or even a little bit of extra money. But unless you go to the thermostat and reset it, then you're always going to get pulled back to that same point. And that thermostat is your paradigm. It's the conditioning that runs inside of your subconscious mind. And as long as you keep focusing on what is, then your paradigm's going to stay locked in to that same level. And I'm speaking from experience. I mean, I know this personally because for about 6 years, I earned £15,000 a year, 8 years straight. Now, I wanted more. I studied personal development. I was a go getter. I was working really hard, but all of my attention was still on what was in front of me, the bills, the pressure, the fact that my ex partner was paying the rent. And guess what the result was? Nothing shifted because I was emotionally married to what is. Now, it wasn't until I got mentorship and actually learned how to ignore what I could see and to stop giving attention to what is and instead live in the reality of what's next. That was the game changer for me. And within 5.5 months, my income went from £15,000 a year to £18,000 a month. Not because I found a magic business strategy, but because I reprogrammed my subconscious mind to accept a higher financial thermostat. So let me ask you, how much energy are you currently giving to what is? Because here's the truth that I found out. When you ignore what is, you invite what's next. And most people never get this. In their entire life, they just don't get it because they believe that change actually comes from working harder, doing more, or fighting against your current reality. But that's not how your subconscious mind works. You can't bully your way into a new reality. What did Einstein say? He said insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And Buckminster Fuller said, don't change reality by fighting the existing model. You create a new model that makes the old one obsolete. And that's exactly what you've got to do with your mind. You've got to stop fighting it and you've got to build a new model. But how do you do that? Well, let me show you how. Step one, you've got to stop arguing for your limitations. Every time that you repeat the story that it's not working, I can't afford it, I've always struggled, it's just harder for me in my industry, then you're literally hypnotizing your subconscious to keep you creating the same thing over and over again. Step two, you've got to create a crystal clear picture of what's next. And not of what you think you can get, by the way, not the realistic goal because that's still part of the old paradigm. I'm talking about a goal that pretty much scares you, but also excites you at the same time. We like to call this a C-type goal. So you're going after something that you really want, not that you know how to get, but what you really want. And step three, you want to mentally rehearse it until you feel it. And this is where most people fail because they think it's all about, daydreaming, but it's not. You need to impress your subconscious, and your subconscious mind does not and never will respond to logic. Your subconscious mind only responds to emotion. So if you can see the picture in your mind but you don't feel it, then nothing's going to change. Really, the goal is to condition the emotion of already having the thing that you want. So here's an example. Right now, you can think about a painful memory and feel sad right now, right? Or you can think about a really happy memory in your life and you can feel the joy of it right now. Well, isn't that proof that your body responds to whatever you give your mind? It is, right? So if you vividly imagine your future, maybe walking into your dream home, signing the biggest client that you've ever had, checking your account and seeing six figures there, and you keep doing that until you feel it, then your subconscious mind accepts it as true. And once your subconscious mind accepts it, your entire world starts reorganizing to match it. And this is exactly what I do for my clients. I'll give you an example, my client Peter. When he came to me, he was stuck for many years in a business that just no longer inspired him. He's an architect. But in this previous business with his previous business partners, he felt trapped, frustrated. But when he applied this process, when he stopped giving energy to what is and started building the inner picture of what he really wanted, everything changed for Peter. He closed down the old business, he started something that lit him up inside, and he actually hit £20,000 in sales in just a few weeks. And he literally messaged me about 10 minutes ago to let me know that he's just hit £40,000 in a month. Now, we might say that's luck, but it's not. This is an orderly universe. Everything happens by law and not luck. So it's not a coincidence. It's the power of shifting your subconscious mind from what is to what's next. So let me ask you again, are you the visionary of your life, or are you the reactionary? Because a reactionary thinks and feels only at the level of their present results, their environment. So what are they doing? They're looking at their current conditions and their emotions just mirror it. And that is how 97% of the population live. They're stuck, they're broke, and they keep repeating the same cycles over and over again. But a visionary thinks and feels beyond their environment. What they really do is they hold the picture of what's next, even when the outside doesn't seem to support that picture. And because they hold it long enough, it becomes real. You ever thought about that? Which one of them do you really want to be? Because here's the truth. Honestly, you can know this material. I knew it for years. You can agree with it, but if you don't act on it, you can forget about it. Nothing's going to change, and you're still going to stay stuck in what is. And that's why I want to invite you to book a one-to-one call with me. If you've been setting goals, working hard, but always getting pulled back into the same reality, this could possibly be the breakthrough that you need. Because on this call, I will help you identify the paradigm that's controlling your income and show you how to reprogram it and map the exact path to your next financial leap. Now, these calls are limited. It's a first come, first serve basis. The link's in the description. And if you're really serious about moving from what is to what's next, I believe this is where it's going to begin for you. And if you really want to understand why your income has been stuck at the same level and how your subconscious mind actually controls it, then go and watch this video now where I'll show you why it does and exactly how to change it.